Time, a river flowing endlessly, or so we thought. John lived on the banks of this river, but his life was anything but ordinary. He received letters from the future, messages from his future self. These letters, arriving every month on the dot, were his roadmap. They warned him of pitfalls, guided him toward opportunities. John treated them like sacred texts. Each letter, a treasure he kept safe, rereading them, memorizing every word. His life, seemingly predestined, unfolded precisely as the letters foretold. One day, the letters stopped. The usual date came and went, but the familiar envelope wasn't there. Days turned into weeks. Silence. John felt adrift. His compass, his guide, was gone. The future he'd built his life on, the future promised in those letters, was now uncertain. Doubt crept in, whispering in the quiet spaces left by the missing letters. What had he done? What had changed? John's world, once charted and secure, became an abyss of uncertainty, fear, a constant companion. Had he angered his future self? Did his future self even exist anymore? Questions gnawed at him, their answers elusive. The silence was deafening. The absence of those letters was more than just a disruption, it was a threat. His future, once a carefully constructed masterpiece, was crumbling before his eyes. He paced his study, the room where he usually received the letters. Every creak of the floorboard, every tick of the clock amplified his anxiety. Sleep offered no escape. Nightmares plagued him. Visions of a bleak and unfamiliar future haunted him. His once charmed life was unraveling thread by thread. Desperation set in. He had to do something. He couldn't just sit and wait, not knowing what fate awaited him. John decided to revisit the past, his past. He pulled out the letters, now relics of a forgotten time, and began to reread them. Each word, each sentence scrutinized for clues. He searched for any misstep, any deviation from the path laid out before him. John immersed himself in the letters, each one a faded photograph of a moment in time. He relived decisions made, paths chosen, all guided by the wisdom of his future self. As he delved deeper, a chilling realization dawned. There were discrepancies, subtle shifts in his actions that deviated from the letter's guidance. Had he been so caught up in the present that he had strayed from the path? A particular letter, now heavy with dread, detailed a crucial career choice. The letter advised against a prestigious job offer, advocating for a smaller, lesser-known company. John, swayed by ambition and the allure of prestige, had ignored the advice. He chose the path of glory, the path that now seemed to lead to silence. The weight of his choices crashed down upon him. Each deviation, a crack in the foundation of his future. What seemed like insignificant decisions at the time now loomed large, casting long shadows of doubt. The letters, once beacons of hope, now felt like accusations. He had been given a gift, a chance to sculpt his destiny, and he had squandered it. Days later, a package arrived, a small, unassuming box with no return address. Inside, nestled in velvet, was a key. Not just any key, but one of intricate design, its metallic surface shimmering with an otherworldly glow. A note accompanied it, a single line scrawled in familiar handwriting, the key to where it all began. Hope, dormant for weeks, flickered back to life. Was this a chance to redeem himself, a way to fix whatever he had broken? The key felt warm to the touch, pulsing with an energy that hummed against his skin. It was more than just a key, it was a lifeline. It was a beacon, cutting through the fog of uncertainty that had settled over his life. John knew what he had to do. He had to find the lock. This key opened. He had to find the source of the letters. He had to find his future. The note, though cryptic, offered a glimmer of direction, where it all began. John's mind raced. Where did the letters originate? What place held the key to his temporal correspondence? He thought back to the first letter, to the day his life took this extraordinary turn. The answer, he realized, had been there all along.